Everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Okay, entertainment only. What a day! Yes, I wasn't supposed to come on today. Wouldn't wish it on on anybody, but obviously I was meant to be here, which resulted in one of the cleaners, not the one that had the migraine on Friday, it was the other one, tripped down the steps on the way coming here. Fortunately, not major, hopefully just an ankle sprain, but was then, tripped down the stairs and was taken to the emergency room. And fingers crossed that it wasn't severe. It was more an ankle twisting, and to be honest, I've been there, done that, and it's incredibly painful. So obviously I was meant to come on today because by crikey, there is a lot happening. You can taste the desperation from F45 and his cronies, and from the Kremlin itself. With what happened is despite the tag team bullying on Friday, they failed to subdue and humiliate Zelensky. Totally underestimated him because they expected him to react in a manner that they would react. Totally underestimated him. He has this inner strength and this inner light that cannot be touched by these hollow shells of petty bullies. I'm just going to put it that way. If you're a Trump supporter, this is not the channel for you. Love it that Shady Vance got heckled on the slopes at Vermont. If you're skiing there and you see him, go for it. He's open slather. But what we've got happening, there's so much coming out at the moment. It feels like things are really coming to a culmination. Absolutely beautiful to see the arms of the EU leaders and several NATO leaders as well surround Zelensky over in the UK, like they're protecting their little brother. However, their little brother is in the fight of his life at the moment. So it's almost like the little brother's getting picked on. Well, the big brothers are coming. The big brothers are going to turn up at the school, and they're bringing it with them. So what I want to have a look at with this feeling of desperation, I want to have a look at, will US soldiers or military be ordered into Russia? Because they are getting really desperate. And part of that desperation is two things that came out overnight. Hegseth authorizing the ceasing of cyber ops against Russia. And 45 ordering Treasury to put a crypto reserve in. Yeah, okay. Trace it back to who would gain advantage from those two actions, and it's back to the puppet master, the Kremlin. Okay, Lech Walesa. Now I do apologise if I have pronounced that wrong. Came out with a scathing open letter against 45. Absolutely ripping into him for insulting Zelensky on Friday, and basically saying that the world should show gratitude to the Ukrainian soldiers. Absolutely, I'll agree with that. Now, Lech Walesa, he was the Martin Luther King type figure in Poland, fighting for democracy. So he was the rallying point in Poland as Poland was fighting for democracy and breaking away from the USSR. So yeah, he knows what he's talking about. Okay, where do we go from here? Right, what I want to have a look at. So, of course, oh gosh, there's just so much happening. Using the runic tarot, I have my cheat sheet here. There are a couple of words that aren't on there. I'm sure it came with the book, but I don't know what I did with the book. I shall muddle through best I can. So what I want to ask is, will, in this, the desperation, you can literally taste it, the desperation, because they're just falling at every step. Now, yeah, you can taste the desperation. The Five of Pentacles, the Russian economy is literally out on its backside. And we've got the Knight of Wands here. This is about explosive information being brought forward. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Will the Russian soldiers, will Felon 45 or Hegseth or any other body, Hegseth, who has ordered the ceasing of cyber operations against Russia, you've got to think about the recent orders, the ordering of the Treasury to go on crypto, the ordering of the ceasing of cyber operations, those sorts of energies, anything else that's coming out. Who gets advantage from that? And it's not the US. Okay. Knight of Cups, an offer being made. And we've got here defiance, Five of Wands, the infighting. I am thinking yes, but let's have a look. Will Felon 45 now this is about my third time starting this video, so I can't remember what I said, but if you happen to be skiing in Vermont, please seek out JD, and heckle him on the ski field. This video came out, someone absolutely ripping into him on the ski field itself. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, will Felon 45 or Hegseth or anybody order part of the regime US troops to Russia? Deals being done in the back corner of the pub. This was the next card in line that I didn't pull out when I pulled the Knight of Cups out. But this is about the Eight of Pentacles, the Apprentice, but it's also hard work. It's also about money trails. It's also he's polishing up a pentacle, which is about protection. I think that's a yes card. I'm getting the feeling it's about ordering the troops in. If I have a look at those two, it's about power, dreams, fantasies. No, this one, power, dreams, fantasies, and this one up here is very much, it's about communication and vision. I'll put those back randomly. I think they are. I think an order may come. Let's have a look. Let's do a full spread. Let's do a full spread. Let's have a look. Will Felon 45, Hegseth, Rubio, Vance, anybody in the Felon's administration, Five of Cups, absolute disregard, corruption and disregard for human life. And we've got the Ten of Cups, the saluting of the Emperor up the end there. I honestly, I think they will. It'll get that bad. Entertainment only. If I haven't already done that, show me. Will anybody in the current US regime order either US troops or military assistance into Russia? Right. A decision. They are contemplating it, contemplating the strategies of it, about which way they can go forth, because if you look in the background, it is a barren, corpse-ridden, desecrated landscape. And you've got the human and wolf's clothing here. I think it's a yes. I do have the particular ruins there. We've got on this side, we've got honor and leadership and authority. On this side here, we've got challenge, frustration, and psychological blocks. Down in the front here on the breastplate, we've got protection and warding off evil. But I think, yeah, I think they're trying to work out what they can get away with. Okay. Ten of Pentacles. Oh, that spot doing a dash in the background. Challenged by the Ten of Pentacles, I mean, actually, I'm going to say complimented by the Ten of Pentacles because I'm feeling it's not a challenge. I mean, literally, this is troops going into battle to rape and pillage, and Pentacles are about protection, but they can also be about money. They can also be about morals and ethics. I think they're deciding what they can get away with to send assistance into this battle. I'm actually feeling really disgusted. Page of Pentacles, the energy that they're stewing in at the moment, an offer being made for protection of some sort. In the past, the nightmare situation, literally the Russian military is on their knees. I mean, they're getting troops from North Korea that are starving and worm-ridden and untrained. I mean, they're very good at marching, but they're untrained in everything else, that are just being fed as cannon fodder to the machine guns. I read on that when the first lot of North Korean troops, before they were arrived, even before they were sent, and just said that the bodies are just going to pile up in front of what felt like machine gun nests, and that's exactly what happened. Yeah, nightmare situation where Russia is literally on its knees. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Crowning this reading. Actions having consequences, justice. The justice card. I mean, this is about honor on his belt here, honor and justice, leadership and authority. But whose actions having what consequences is he's got his hand in the mouth of the wolf. Let's see where this goes. Immediate future, absolute disregard for human life. The corruption, the desecration, the emotional loss, immediate future. The high priestess, hidden agenda that's not so hidden, secrets coming out. Here we've got the King of Pentacles internally, F45, or the sidekick Muskrat, some leadership promising protection internally. Goodness, the Emperor in the hopes and fears, the wannabe Emperor, the my way or the highway, you will do what I say, the order coming down. Again, the rune on his belt is about conflict and reactive forces. These are awful cards. for saying yes. The outcome, the Five of Pentacles, left out in the cold, discarded, betrayed. Tower moment, Russia. The Knight of Swords. Is this a charging in to try and defend Russia? Or is this a harsh truth coming for the Russian authorities, military? The Magician, the manipulation, boundaries holding, and death. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I am going to say yes, but it leads me to my next question. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. They're going to order troops in. They're going to try and manifest this, try and bring this, but some sort of obligation boundary is going to stand firm and it's going to bring this to an end. I am going to say yes. Volatile information coming forward, the sword of truth. Here are the troops themselves. I'm going to say the apprentices hard at work, but the young people that are there for protection and some sort of emotional, I'm going to say a partnership that gets revealed. And we've got the wheel turning, being stopped, and a return to some sort of balance. I'm actually lost for words because I think it's going to happen, but I don't feel that the military is going to go. Let's have a look. If an order comes through from anybody, what will the military do? So here's this trying to make it, trying to come to some sort of strategy in regards to it. But we've got here the Star warding off this evil. This is why he put his generals in charge. This is the sort of, I am your commander type energy. You will do what I say. Goodness. Oh, goodness me. If the order comes down, what will the military do? I'm not talking about those generals that were put in place by F45 and Hegseth. I'm talking about every other level down from that. What will they do if the order comes down to either supply equipment to Russia or boots on the ground? This is why they're trying to sell this story about Ukraine being the aggressor, which we know is BS. If the order comes down, what will the military do? 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 You want that one? Okay, that one and that one. What will the military do? Thank you. Okay. Well, this seems a very peaceful card to start with. Coming together across the aisle. Some sort of equal agreement being made. What will the military do? Again, you've got the two figures here in amongst this messaging that's coming out. What will the military do? These actually feel very peaceful cards. It almost feels like a cross. What do they call it? A cross, you know, the Marines saying with the Navy, saying with the Air Force, saying with the sticking together, the military agreeing to stick together. This is my Zelensky card, but this is almost like the energy that they'll be stewing in. It powerful leader stepping out of the flames and bringing forward plan and message. This is not Felon 45 or Hegseth or any of those energies. This is a good energy. Some leader stepping up. Yeah. In the past, because I'm asking if the order comes down, what will they do? This is about this is my moral, ethical, financial corruption card. This is being cast out in the cold. This is just abandonment energy. It's in the past. Very different energy. This almost feels like the order coming out and being seen as being wrong. And the 4 branches, okay, the 4 branches coming together under some sort of new leadership. Now, a few readers I know have been talking about some sort of military coup, not a bad thing, to overthrow the current regime or something along those lines, but I'm really getting the vibes of the 4 branches coming together under some powerful leadership here, and standing firm behind their oath to protect the people and the Constitution. Okay, judgment moment. Is this coup energy? It feels like it. Goodness me. Okay. Strength, courage externally, internally. A literal fight of good versus evil, protecting what is most precious. This has coup energy to it. Wow, okay, hopes and fears. Well, the hope coming together, the outcome, the Chariot, Freya, oh no, it's not. Is this Freya? I think it is. No, it's not. It's not Freya. I think the sun is Freya. Ignore what I just said. Ignore what I just said. This is literally the warriors riding in. And if you have a look at this through line, the Chariot, the warriors riding in, judgment, coup energy, strength, courage. Wow. You've got the 7 of Pentacles. This is very much about, now I know the pentacle on his back here is about honor. Oh, honor, justice, leadership, authority. I'm actually feeling different energy for this card. If I'm talking about Felon 45, I see this as a target on his back. But to me, this is about these leaders, these warriors, sticking by their vow of honor and justice and leadership and authority. Oh boy. And bringing things to a conclusion. And this, again, I always say, reminds me of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where you've got the Nazis due to their overreach and their greed and their whatever else, peering into the Ark of the Covenant and being desiccated. Wow. Holy crumbs. Right, on the bottom, you've got Page of Wands. Slava Ukraine. That card with the sunflowers, the defiance of Ukraine, the steadfast protection as the wheel is turning. And can I just say, holy F. I think they're going, I honestly, I think someone in the felon 45 regime is going to order either troops or military equipment or something along those lines to assist Russia, and the military is going to say, over your dead body. Not literally dead, but wow. Okay, I'm out of here. I've got to go and read all your comments. Love you. Catch you later.